What everyone has been hoping for is finally coming. The last word hand cannon is going to be in our hands very shortly, and I wanted to take today to go over its stats, exotic traits, its catalyst, and all of its perks that you can take a look at. Also wanted to show off some gameplay and some stats numbers that I went over, comparing this to a couple other guns like the other exotic hand cannons we have and the mythic choices we have. Keep in mind, I do not have access to the firing range in this test server, so everything has been done in a legendary campaign challenge version of it against a Sheikah, and that was basically the best way I could test these things. Starting off, the last word, it is a solar hand cannon. It has a DPS of 5,304. It has a precision bonus of 1.6, magazine cap of 10, rate of fire of 225, a damage of 2,494, reload speed of 80, a range of 36, a stability of 56, and handling of 30. Some actual fantastic stats down the line. Its intrinsic trait is called Fan Fire. This weapon gains the paid in full buff for 5 seconds after hitting a target with a hip fire shot, gradually increasing damage by up to 40% and reload speed by up to 40%. When aim shots land precision hits, it gains the settled in turn buff for 5 seconds, gradually increasing precision damage by up to 60% and accuracy by 40%. Reloading will remove these buffs. You can actually keep both of these buffs active at the same time. I was able to test it, and they're both active at the same time as long as you don't reload in between. So you can hit a few precision shots to start gaining the buff for the paid in full, and then you can aim down sights, hit a couple headshots, and start getting your settled in turn as well. And these stacks will both persist as long as you don't reload, with one little caveat, which we'll get to in a little bit. Next, we have the perk / damage, which is Raised Wager. When performing hip fire, if the health of base and elite targets is below 75%, or if the health of boss and powerful combatants is below 50%, hitting the torso will deal damage equivalent to piercing damage. Alright, now let's talk about its catalyst. In its first slot, we have the last word catalyst. Landing hipfire final blows or landing precision final blows while aiming down sights instantly grants the max number of buff stacks, which means that for your paid in full and your settled in turn, all you need to do is land a kill with a hipfire or a aim down sight shot, and you will have your max reload speed buff and damage buff right off the bat, instantaneously. Which means that you might actually be better off aiming down sights with this gun sometimes, because you'll actually be landing a higher damage percentage on it. So for the next slot, we have the top half of this weapon's magazine deals an additional 30% damage, which is fantastic. Just try to make sure that you're always in that reloading, so you're in that top half of percentages. And I know you might be saying like, well, why do you want to reload? Because then you're going to lose your other buffs. Well, maybe not. Catalyst Band 2. Paid in full and settled in turn stacks will be kept even after reloading. So it means that you can lay out half of your mag and then use Darren Ward to dodge, instantly reload, continue to keep that 30% damage buff while also keeping the damage buffs from settled in turn and paid in full permanently without having to worry about the reload. For those interested in the catalyst boosts, it gives us handling, magazine capacity, stability, weapon hit damage bonus, range, weapon hit damage bonus, accuracy, weapon hit damage bonus, stability, weapon hit damage bonus, accuracy with weapon hit damage bonus, range, magazine capacity, and weapon hit damage bonus. A lot of weapon hit damage bonus within this catalyst boost, making it a very, very strong weapon. I want to kind of show off some of the gameplay here right now, showing off all the testing I did. I went through and I tested against Shishiko with the last word, the old perfect, the crimson, basically all of the mythic guns, and all of them really didn't compete against the last word. As you can tell here, the time to kill on a lot of these was much slower than it was with last word. The only one that was able to compete with the last word was the crimson. The crimson is actually a very strong choice for Darren Ward. It probably won't be my go-to pick for him, but it's definitely a great choice for someone who already has it built for a tall. I think it's going to be a fantastic choice, and it's going to be a hard pick. If you already have a crimson built, it might be a very great idea, especially for those free-to-play players who aren't going to be dropping a bunch of money into the battle pass to get all like 4 drops of the last word to max out its catalyst band. you can just run Crimson instead. The other choice might be Empty Fort strategy. It's definitely the best out of all of the mythic choices for Jaren Ward. It felt the best, it killed the fastest, and it did the most amount of damage over time. And what are you going to combine this with? I would recommend Octant Riot Disperser if you're looking for insane burst damage instantaneously. As you can see from the clips here, it just melts, just instantaneously, like one-shot death. And you don't have to worry about like ammo or anything, because you can just dodge, instantly reload, and then your next shot is guaranteed to be a precision hit, which makes this thing just nuts. The only downside is ammo economy. This thing goes through ammo insanely quick if you're using it in its burst mode. And I guess if you want to try to save ammo, you can switch it back to its non-burst mode. Outside of that, you can just go with the Thermoplay 80. You could actually run double Mythic on him if you really wanted to, but if you're going to run Thermoplay 80, you might as well be running Crimson or the Last Word. I would only say run the Empty Fort strategy if you're looking to run Octant Riot Disperser, if there's stuff in a certain activity that you want to melt extremely fast. I know I've seen a lot of Gwyn mains using it specifically for higher level content where you really want to get rid of like those impact Sheikahs as fast as possible when you're trying to do speed runs, when you're trying to get the top score. It was used a lot during the Eclipse raid, so definitely something to keep in mind. Hopefully that covers enough for you guys and you're happy with everything I've shown off here. I tried my best to grab as much as I could. It's hard to test things on these test servers because we don't have access to the firing range because there aren't packs in the test server. It's weird that the firing range is attached to that, but that's a different point. Anyways, I would love, hopefully maybe in the like the next time we do this, they'll give us access to the firing range and I can actually get in there and actually do some damage numbers and some tests on something that doesn't die in like half a second. Thank you so much. Let me know down below what you guys think. Do you think you'll be repping the Last Word? You think you're going to be switching, like keeping your Crimson active? Or you want to just melt things with Octant Riot Disperser? I'm interested in what people are thinking about everything. Also, if you're curious, Chaperone is just a no-go. I mentioned it in my other video. Just a no-go. I don't think it's a good choice. It's the weakest of all of the shotguns. I know someone in the comments is going to ask about it, so there it is. If you're posting it down below right now asking me about Chaperone, it's bad. It's not good. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your resources. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you so much. Have yourself a super Nova day.